Been playing the same game. Been playing the same game. Been playing the same game. Been playing the same game.
as per usual, we will never ever start on time, and that is a special guarantee from me. No matter how early I get here, no matter how much I prepare in advance, I promise you that I will never ever start on time. That is my pledge as a streamer. Well, let's start things off. Oops, I'm not there. Go away. Uh-oh, why am I not there? No, there I am. Let's make sure I am situated correctly. I'm gonna turn down the music just the slightest bit. Maybe turn myself up just the slightest bit as well, so I can be heard. Who's with me today? Nobody. That's cool. I can do this. It's all about adjusting. I've gotta admit, I'm a little bit nervous for today because there's a few things that are different about this stream. Firstly, the mic quality should be better, and if it's not, it means I've just messed around with the settings and I've made it worse. I haven't changed anything. The music should also be slightly better, should be adjusted finally adjusted properly. There's a chance it's not, and again everything's just going wrong, but that's my pledge as a streamer, that we will never start a stream without some sort of problem or some kind of issue. I'm always gonna take the first few minutes just to adjust everything and make sure everything looks fine. For those who are returning, you might see we finally have a goal tracker at the bottom of the screen. It only took me a whole month to finally put that in. I see, I'm too big on the screen. Just adjust myself, move myself around so that I finally get ourselves properly situated. It probably won't stay this way. I probably still will keep adjusting myself here and there because I'm just not happy with where it is on screen. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we do everything on stream. We are slowly making it better. We have a goal tracker now. I tried to mess around with chat to get us a better looking chat, and I gave up on that entirely for this stream. So we're just gonna deal with the default chat screen first. And I hope I am audible. And that the audio quality is a little bit better than what it was previously. I'm getting mentions. No, I'm getting notifications from other places, from better content creators. It's alright, we're never gonna start a stream that isn't scuffed in some way. And the day we do, I hope you all go and buy a lottery ticket. Because that will be the day. So I'm nervous. I'm nervous because I want to talk about something a bit more special this stream, something a bit more personal in a sense, something I've always wanted to do for a long time. One of the reasons I started this whole channel was to do this. I'm hyping it up so much, but it's not gonna meet the hype that everyone wants it to meet. But first, I'm gonna start with a little bit of a retrospective on this week, on this month, I should say. I'm thinking of doing a 1 month video to mark me being a VTuber for roughly a month, because that is roughly how long it's been that I've been doing this. And there's quite a lot of things I want to talk about that might be interesting or might be helpful to somebody who's new to VTubing or somebody who's trying to start out in VTubing. And it feels unreal, honestly, to have been doing this for a month and still be enjoying it. Because when I first started, this is a bit of a preview of what would probably eventually be in the video. I didn't expect to enjoy it so much. I didn't expect to enjoy streaming so much and talking to people so much. I'll be fully honest, when I started VTubing, it was mainly to just partially advertise for other things in life. And I thought this was the best way. I don't know why I thought this would be the best way, because oh no, we have a bot. Uh-oh. I'm sorry, bot. I have to let you go. I don't have mods for this. Report. I'm so sorry. I don't have people to take care of the bots. I will mod someone eventually to take care of the bots, so that they don't invade us. I'm already in the post-apocalypse. I can't deal with a second one, the robot attack. But yes, I'm stalling, by the way, because I want to do something special for this stream, but I'm just stalling because I'm afraid. I want to do, I'm surprised that it was this fun. I came here to stream and to just show off the stuff that I do in hopes that more people will look at the other stuff that I do. And it didn't turn out that way. Firstly, it was a bad idea to do this just for advertising other things. Why would you go through the effort of getting a model and everything just to advertise for other things? But yeah, I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did, or as much as I do. Didn't expect to enjoy talking to everyone here so much. I thought maybe I would just come on and talk and everyone else would just be sort of faceless to me, but no, they ended up being really nice people. That's what I get for forgetting that nice people exist out there in the world. And that people can be fun to talk to, and how nice it feels to have somebody listen. I'm getting sentimental. I'm weird. I'm being weird as usual. Maybe I shouldn't have reported the bot. The bot could have stayed and listened to me ramble on about stuff and stall on what I really wanna talk about. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit scared. I'm a little bit nervous, as I always am, because the whole point of me coming here and doing this was to tell stories. about what my life was like here, and for some reason that is the most nerve-wracking thing ever, to tell a story to people, to complete strangers on the internet, because I don't know if it's something that people want to hear, or if maybe it's a bad idea and I just embarrass myself and I don't know, maybe this goes viral for all the wrong reasons. Hey, look at this nerd. Or worse, nobody ever sees it and nobody thinks anything of it. Because yes, this is a passion of mine. Yes, I do this because I love it. But I am also an attention-seeking whore. There, I said it. And I like when people pay attention. I like when people tell me I'm doing alright, which is not a good mentality to have. You should just do things for the sake of your enjoyment instead of other people's opinions and wants. But sometimes I can't help it. Okay, deep breath, Tenny, deep breath. So today, if I'm clear enough on the mic, stop stalling. I wanted to let me tell you a story about one of the people that I know in the post-apocalypse where I live. Okay? Her name is Scythe. Oh. Hi, Scorpion. Thank you for the raid. I don't know that you're streaming, but thank you so much for the raid. Hello, I hope you're doing alright. I hope the ice cream didn't leave you feeling sick or anything from last night. Oops. It's always wonderful to see you, and it's always wonderful to see anyone, but especially you. You've been there since day one. Sorry, I've been feeling a bit sentimental. Been sort of thinking about this is roughly the first... No! It better not be 2 AM for you over there. Not at this timing. It should be a bit later for you over there. I'm feeling introspective today because this is roughly the 1 mark period that I've been streaming. Still not sure about ice cream at 7:30 in the morning. I'll be honest. You might want to reconsider. You might want to reconsider ice cream in the morning, but out of curiosity, what flavor? If you tell me you're drinking it, you're eating it with Mountain Dew at this timing, I'll have words. But yes, I'm being introspective. Hi, Boba. Welcome. Thank you, and I hope you're having fun with work or not work. Don't eat ice cream. I know what time zone you're in. Don't eat ice cream. Scorpion, no Mountain Dew. I feel like that's a chemical reaction, like when you put Mentos and Coke together. Am I allowed to say brands? When you put a soda pop and a certain sweet together, they explode. I feel like you would get the same with Mountain Dew and strawberry ice cream. But yes, I'm feeling introspective this stream because this is about that. It's been about 1 month since I've started streaming. Oh yes, and because all of you are here, I hope the audio quality is a bit better this time. I finally got around to adjusting the mic. If it's worse, then I should never have touched it. I love to see y'all intermingling in chat. It's really cute. I tried to get a skin up for chat this time, but I just gave up on it. The music's a bit loud. Alright, let me turn it down a little bit. I don't want it to overpower me because I'm already so soft. Is that better? It might take a while to register. I hope that's a little bit better. Yes. Alright, great. Wonderful. I'm so glad you were here, or else I would have gone on talking for hours and nobody would have been able to hear me. Yeah, so it's been about a month since I've started streaming. I probably will make another video about what it's been like, what I've learned. And if you have any tips you'd like to put in for people who are new to VTubing, or things that you think people should know about VTubing and content creation, then feel free to let me know, because I would love to know those tips as well. And I'll put it up in a video, and I'll credit appropriately and all that. Today is a little bit special because not only is it about a month since... Hi Spacey! Oh my god, it's the first time you're chatting here! Hello! Oh, this is wonderful. It's so great to see you. Thank you so much for the follow. And thank you, and that actually helps me reach affiliate, because I realized even though we reached 25 followers last stream, I think because one of those followers is me from an alternate dimension on a different channel platform, it doesn't count towards the goal. So I'm really glad that you followed, because we're one step closer to affiliate. I still need to stream a bit more, and then I will be commissioning the very lovely Boba Teacups in chat right now to do some stream emojis for me. And I'm gonna commission you so that you can't escape from doing it. Yes. Yes, you can't escape now. It's gonna be an official contract. But well, we'll see what happens. Also, maybe we'll design some on stream as well. I won't make you do every single emote. But Boba Teacups is a very lovely artist friend of mine. I think her artist Twitter, her artist Instagram isn't on anymore. You've deleted it, haven't you? But yeah, she's a very lovely artist friend of mine, and you should check out her works if they're still online. I will let you freely plug any works you have in the chat. Very good at emojis, very wonderful. Alright, don't look at her work. She's telling me that she's no longer an artist. She's left the era behind. Yeah, it's been a journey. And I didn't expect to enjoy streaming so much, or enjoy talking to you, or even to discover the streamers that I'm following currently now. Boba BB Teak drops maybe in dormant reboot status, depends. If you get commissions, will you come out of hiatus, BB? Boba, if I get enough people to come in and commission you for emotes, will that revive you? She's thinking about it. She's wondering whether to accept. I'm gonna go on a crusade and just start plastering her work everywhere. Thank you, Scorpion. Scorpion says catching these streams is now part of my schedule. I need to remember to read out the chat message. I'm learning to do that so that people who are just listening in can hear. Oh my lord, that means remaking my entire art lifestyle? Yes, I will go on. You know what? Forget followers. I don't need followers. Unfollow me. No, please don't do that. Go and start commissioning Boba for commissions. You don't need to follow me. You just need to start commissioning her. Be me reaching affiliate and getting donations? No, forget that. Just commission Boba. And we'll force out another artist era. But yes, I'm so glad to be part of some of your schedules. I'm sorry that I can't catch some of your streams sometimes because the time is just really off and I'm working most of the time. But you're one of the streamers I got to know by doing this, and I got to know so many lovely people. Spacey as well. Is Spacey still here? Nabe, who's I think might be streaming right now actually. And you've all been wonderful, and this has been wonderful so far. It makes it sound like I'm quitting. I'm not. I've only just begun. But this is a stream that I've been sort of putting off for a really long time because I've never felt ready to do a stream like this, and I wasn't sure if a stream like this is even possible. Yes, thank you Spacey for coming in from time to time. You're wonderful. You're wonderful to tease and you're wonderful to have on stream. And I hope that I'm leaving a good first impression on you. I know I've left an impression on you in the Discord. I'm hoping to leave a good impression on you here. On the note of sidetracking, I have been considering having a Discord. Just so I can post up schedules and talk to everyone. Hang on, my drawing system is freaking out a bit. I'm just going to save this first and restart. See, can't have a stream without something going wrong. It's just the way of life. Yes, I know Twitter's going up in flames, and I won't touch upon the subject, but I will say that there's some VTuber drama going on. Yeah, I might do up a Discord so that it's just easier for people to gather, and it feels it feels narcissistic a bit. Mainly because I've never done having a Discord just dedicated to something that I do. It feels weird. But at the same time, I realize saying that I don't want to make people feel bad that those who have set up a Discord for themselves. You have so much better hustle than I do. It's in consideration. I will not commit to anything definitively now about a Discord, but if it happens, it may be happening soon. And it's just going to be very simplistic, just a place for people to catch up and talk and hopefully share their artwork and all that. But yes, what was I gonna say? Yes, Twitter's in flames right now because there's some VTuber drama going on. Don't worry, it's not me. I haven't been caught up in any scandals yet. I'm sure tomorrow you're gonna see an expose on Tenny and what why you shouldn't follow Tenny. What have they done? They are actually a puppy kicker in real life. They kick puppies. Exclusively puppies. Oh, please don't spread that rumor. I've started my own rumors. Oh, that's how I stay ahead. If I do my own Google Doc and I expose myself before anyone else exposes me, then profit ? Yeah, there's a lot of VTuber drama going on right now. A lot of VTubers leaving the scene. A lot of VTubers. I wish everyone well, and I know it's a bit sitting on the fence position. I sort of have my own. Spacey says, "I'm pretty sure exposing yourself is a crime." Yes. No, Boba. Stop calling me out. One day. But Yes, there's a lot of VTuber drama going on right now. I have my own opinions about the situation. I'm not gonna spill my opinions except to my personal friends. All I can say is crazy. And I have an important message to VTubers, and you can help spread the message to other VTubers, is that you can not engage with drama. Because I understand when you follow drama and you see it, you get very emotionally invested and you have a lot of strong feelings about it, and that's fine, but it can become overwhelming. So I would encourage anyone that if you feel yourself becoming too emotionally invested in drama that's not even your own drama, take a break. You can not engage with it. It's not important to your life. You can just ignore it and focus on doing you. And you can acknowledge it and have your opinions on it, but you don't need to engage with it. That's my very important PSA to all VTubers, all non-VTubers, anyone who has ever followed drama channels and the like. I understand that you can get very deep into it and it's very hard to stop yourself. And there was a time as well where I got quite emotionally invested in the kind of drama. I wasn't part of it, I should say. Yes, Boba is correct. The 10A advice is touch grass, protect your peace. We love the tea, but if the tea is too hot, put down the cup, sis. That is the most slang I've ever sounded. Sorry, I'm drinking honey yuzu, which is really, really good. I should be drinking water, but I don't have a hydrate redeem yet. So until then, I will not be drinking water for the foreseeable future. Yes, there's some good food. I love that. Scorpion says, I may not care for the heat, but there's some good food in the kitchen. That's a perfect... You should put that on a t-shirt. I'm not joking. Put that on a t-shirt. Trademark that line. It's a very good line for... Because we're only human, right? Most of us are. I know Scorpion's not. But yeah, we're only mortal. When stuff is happening, when there's something that's close to you that's going on, you feel compelled to learn about it and be invested in whatever tea is being spilled, so to speak. For whether we are demons or post-apocalyptic weirdos or the like, tea is tea. I'm not gonna shame anyone for wanting to know what's going on. But yes, Twitter's in flames. We're not gonna talk about that here. This is not gonna start being a drama stream where I just thought, oh, this person did this and this person did that. The only person I'm gonna be complaining about here is me. I promise you that. But no, I've gotten sidetracked again and again and again. What I actually want to do for this stream, and based on the title, is I want to tell you a story about being in the apocalypse. And I'm bloody nervous about this because I thought I would go into it and be super confident about storytelling and just speak my piece and everyone will be impressed, the whole room will clap. But I'm really nervous because I've never told stories like this to people online. And it's weird because I know in this space most VTubers don't do that anymore. They don't really have these sorts of videos where they just talk about the life of where they are. Now I want to preface this by saying that all these tales are about the apocalypse, about my life in the apocalypse. They don't apply to where you are currently because this is happening in, for all I know, another dimension through the screen, somewhere far away from wherever all of you are at. I'm gonna try my best and make it entertaining, and forgive me if I do get quite deep into it. I'm worried about being too cringe, but I should stop. These are the stories I want to tell. So, finally, for the first time, let me tell you a story. Now, this story is about my friend Saif. She's beautiful. She is smart and cool, and every time she speaks up or says something, everyone comes in and just listens to what she has to say. And she's the reason why most of us are still alive in the apocalypse, in the post-apocalypse. Because she's one of the few that helps protect us from the things that are out there. More directly, of course, a lot of them protect us. She's the one going out there and making sure we're safe from all the physical threats. Because it's not all safe in the apocalypse. There are a lot of things that don't exist anymore, a lot of harmful things that are no longer around, that's true. But there are a lot of new things, a lot of new creatures, some would say monsters, that exist out in the apocalypse. And there are things that I've never seen before, things that I think nobody has ever seen before. And it's hard to describe them. I think the best way is to call them animals, in a sense. And like animals, some of them are friendly, some of them are nice, some of them are just out there surviving like we are. But some of them aren't so friendly. Some of them aren't looking to make friends. Sometimes they're just out there hunting. And it's not their fault. They're doing what it takes to survive, like all of us. But it can be scary when you encounter those creatures like that. Because you're not anything but a meal or a threat to them. And they're not afraid to just go after you. So Saif is one of the few people that keep us safe. She's out there always making sure that we are not in any danger. And recently she got a bit hurt because of something that I did. And to start out this story proper, I need to talk about the circus. So we go on scouting missions every few months, sometimes days, just to get to know our surroundings, because there's a lot of things around here that we're not really sure, that we still have to map out. And on one of these scouting missions, some of my friends, shall I give away their names? Coy and Blaze, they found what was, according to them, an amusement park out quite near-ish to where we live, but also a bit further up from our base, so quite a fair bit of walking distance. Now, whenever we find a new place, we mark it down on the map, we take note of it, and if it's close enough, we'll scavenge it. But it takes a long while before it will be marked safe for us. It takes a lot of scouting trips, a lot of preparation. We often have to wait until we get enough supplies and gear in order to make a trip there and just make sure that everything is safe, or even cordon it off so that we can make use of it. But a place like that is a bit far off from our usual stead, and it probably would take months or weeks or more than that, more than months and weeks, in order to get it marked as safe on our map so that we can properly go there all the time. But I really wanted to see it because I've never been to an amusement park properly before. And you know, they were telling me all about what an amusement park is like, about the bumper cars and the Ferris wheels that bring you high up in the sky, and the roller coasters that make you feel like you're flying over everything, and all the snacks and treats up there. And I'm aware that it's not like that now, not in this time, but they made it sound so fun. And they were telling me how there's a chance that the park still has power even, and maybe at some point we'll be able to ride the rides up there, or maybe we can rig up the Ferris wheel to be functional so that we can go up there. Who knows, maybe people will come and occupy it and they'll be nice and they'll put up shows that we can go and watch. We always like to hope for these kinds of things and pray that stuff will go back to that again one day once we get better infrastructure or more of a grass here. But those are far, far off dreams. And I really, really wanted to see, I just wanted to go there. I just wanted to experience what it was like. And of course, nobody's gonna let me. It's because it's dangerous. But me thinking that I knew better, I'm not gonna let that stop me. So I just waited until it was dark out. And once it was dark out, all I had to do was pack a sweater, steal a flashlight from the supply closet, take the map, make sure I had my bearings, and just slip out the back door and over the fence gate in the blind spots, or in the spots I knew where people wouldn't be watching at that exact time, which is bad. I should say I shouldn't have done that. Firstly, it's very dark outside, and here when it gets to night, the sky doesn't always turn black or even blue. Sometimes it's green, like this dark fog that falls over everything, like moss, the color of moss, or grime. Sometimes a dark, ominous looking green that just covers up the entire landscape, and everything is so much harder to see in the dark. You can't tell color from texture, rough from smooth, so it's already very dangerous to go out there at night. But I've been in the dark plenty of times, and I know my way around. I have to wear gloves to avoid getting cut on any of the debris that's out there. So the journey towards the circus is quite uneventful. All it is me out in the dark, stumbling over a pile of rocks and metal and whatever is left out there, the remains of buildings and so on and so forth, alone in the night with just the moon and my own flashlight to guide me, and a very poorly drawn map. And I make my way to the circus, or to the amusement park, whatever you want to call it. And of course, when I get there, the whole thing is fenced off. It's tall fence walls that's just around the entire park. I had to walk miles and miles, or it felt like that. I had to walk around the entire perimeter, and I realized that the entire thing is just fenced up. A normal person at that point would probably just give up and walk away, but I really wanted to go inside and just see everything. So I find the lowest point in the metal fence, and I drag over this giant, what looks like a container box, but it's just a giant rough shape. I think it was a piece of concrete that had gotten beaten down into a structure in the dark. I had to push it all the way up against the wall, and with my very wonderful grippy shoes, I was able to climb up top of it, haul myself over the metal, and the metal railings on the side of the wall. It's luckily they're not smooth anymore because they're quite aged. So instead of smooth metal, you get sort of this rusted corrugated metal that's very rough, and it makes it easier for me with gloved hands to grip onto it and haul myself up. I specify you have to wear gloves when touching these sort of things because you don't want to get tetanus from the rust. So there I am, alone in the dark, hauling myself up over this wall, get on top of it, barely managed to avoid scraping myself against the metal bits, and I just jumped down into what is a park, this completely dark amusement park. And you would, if you've never seen an amusement park, if you've only seen it from pictures like I have, or only heard other people describe it, then you would think that you don't realize how big everything is until you get inside. You don't realize how towering things like the coasters or the buildings are. But they were gigantic, they were huge. And if there was sun, they would be casting shadows and making everything even darker. But as it was, everything was already dark, and it was sort of washed in grey. And I think I had gotten in next to one of the concession stands where they sell tickets and all. Couldn't see any colors until I shined a light on everything. And I can't describe what an amazing feeling it was to finally get inside and see everything. Because, again, everything's huge. Everything's big. And it's just like how they all described. Giant metal structures where roller coasters would go off on, big towering signs that weren't lit up, but you could imagine the neon of their colors if they were lit up. And like there was a giant circus tent in classic red and yellows. And how many clowns do you think have gone in and out of the tent? You know how many people have gone in and enjoyed themselves in that circus tent? What sort of things were inside? I was distracted because I had stumbled across one of the prize booths. I think it was one of the ones where you shoot stuff. You have this little gun and you just shoot a cork at stuff. Everything was already knocked over, so I considered that the prizes were already to be there for the taking. Not much really, just dusty bottles, dusty plushies, worn out, just sitting there kind of sad. I was looking them over, bent down in the dark behind a booth. And it was at that point where my heart was sort of racing because I was so excited that I heard a little sound behind me. How do I replicate this? How do I let you know what that sound was? It was kind of like the sound a door makes when it opens up and the hinges are rusted. It's a creaking sound, that's the word. A creaking sound behind me. And things creak, you know, they're old, they're rusted. Of course things would creak. It's been so long for all the things there. I wasn't afraid. I just got up and went to see what it was. You know, climbed over the booth. I was planning to maybe see if any of the rides would work, because I wanted to go on them. I wanted to go on the bumper carts and bump carts, and like maybe a roller coaster would work, and that I wanted to fly. But before I could do all of that, I was walking towards this snack stand where they probably used to keep things like popcorn and melted butter and fried, I don't know, fried chocolate. These big glass cases that used to probably be for display only, for the display of all the food. And it was like I could smell the food there. I could smell the oil frying and the sweetness of the chocolate and all that. And you know the craziest part? There was something in those food display stands. There was a pile of cotton candy, like where you expect cotton candy to be, where you think cotton candy would be so long ago. Just, it was bright pink and blue and maybe a little purple. This fluffy stack of cotton candy behind the glass case in an abandoned amusement park. And it was unbelievable. I mean, how many of you would think that cotton candy would last that long? I've never tasted cotton candy. I've seen it in pictures, but things like sugar are hard to come by in the apocalypse. We don't get things like that. So I was excited seeing this pile of candy. It was dumb, because I mean, I should have questioned more. I should have second guessed. I should have just walked away. I shouldn't have come to the park. I should have left, but I didn't. I walked towards the glass case and I looked inside, and then the whole thing just started moving, like a bush rustling. The pink fluff just starts moving about, and the entire thing just turns. Imagine this fluffy cotton cloud on white sticks, or what you think are white sticks, and then suddenly the sticks are moving and unraveling apart into these long white fingers, I guess, and the cotton is parting ways and shifting around, and suddenly you're staring into a face, or what you think is a face. It's like a clown mask, but not really, because the eyes weren't correct. The eyes weren't in the right position. The mouth was odd and dark and too wide for what it should be. And it was just a hollow looking face in a pile of what looks like cotton candy looking at you, with these long spindly white legs and arms. And you would it sounds really silly, right, when you think about what this thing looks like, but there in the dark under a green night it was scary, and I didn't know what to do, and I was just standing there and staring at it like an idiot, just completely frozen. Sorry, I can't help but feel like I have to laugh to make you feel better, but it wasn't funny. It was strange and off-putting, and like the smallest part of me thought maybe it'd be friendly, but you just know when you meet something like that it's not. From the way it looks at you, you know that it's not friendly. It's just staring at it, this weird creature, and then its fingers starts moving, and I see these long white tendrils move against the glass, scrape across the grass. It scrapes across the glass, smooth, and I noticed that there are scratch marks on the inside of the glass, all shiny in the flashlight. And then the fingers start moving towards the latch. And it peeks out through the gap in the glass case. And it starts shifting and jiggling the latch of it. And you just imagine standing there, looking at this thing, listening to the sound of the lock start to move, and then the glass starts to creak open on its hinges. I'm not dumb. I just turned and started running. Just start running as fast as I can away from it. You know, it's like a horror movie, like a horror game. And I can hear it behind me. I can hear it crash down from the case, and I can hear it start walking or running on its long white legs. This stupid cloud of cotton candy with this inhuman face starts chasing me through the park. And it's fast. It's like a giant spider. And I'm terrified. I'm scared out of my mind. I don't know what to do. I can't fight. I can't even run that fast. I just hear it galloping louder and louder towards me. And I don't know how I didn't manage to keep upright the whole time. I was sure I was gonna trip on something at some point, but I didn't. And I ran towards the bumper cars. Thought about, should I jump over a car? Should I try to weave and dodge my way through it, and maybe it'll get caught up in the bumper car, or it will get stuck somewhere and I'll be safe. I'm sorry. I couldn't do that. I just ran in a straight line past all of the cars, and I can hear it bashing and crashing against the cars, and I can hear it skittering behind me. And there's nowhere left to go except forward through the fairgrounds. And the only thing I see in front of me, the only thing that's in the range of my flashlight, is the broken down gate of one of the roller coaster rides. The entrance where people normally get in and get off. And I just run towards it. I make my way through an open gate or a broken gate. You know, those metal spinny things that people have to get past in order to get into an attraction or a ride. I wish I could say I was cool and I jumped over it, or I slid my way across it, but I didn't. There was just a broken one, and of course I just rammed my way through it onto the track. And it was some kids ride or some insect themed ride. But I don't know why I remember this, but the heading of the coaster was something like a bug's world or a bug's ride or something about bugs. And there were why do I remember this? There were ladybug themed roller coaster cars. And they were all just sitting there waiting for somebody to get on and ride it. But riding a roller coaster was the furthest thing on my mind. So I just hopped onto the track. And it was this long wooden track with metal rails running down the middle of it. And I turned for the first time, and I could just see this cloud of terrifying, scary thing still coming after me. And it was it was so close. It didn't smell like cotton candy. It smelled rotten. Smelled like a place I didn't want to be. And I did probably the stupidest thing ever, and I just started going up the track of the roller coaster. I just gripping. It was a big wooden metal structure, and I just gripped the sides of it and just started climbing up the track as fast as I can. And I was afraid to touch the metal railings because I didn't know if maybe they'd be electrified or something. I don't know how roller coasters work. So I just clung onto all the metal bits. And I didn't care if like the splinters dug into my hands or anything. I just had to get away. And it was getting steeper and steeper, this incline of a coaster. It's the part of the coaster where the cart would normally go up really slowly. And I don't know how long I was climbing it, but my eyes were on the top of it. And I was just hauling myself up as it got steeper and steeper. My arms really hurt because they were aching, and I was really scared that this was it. That I was gonna I wasn't gonna see my friends again. That because I was dumb and wanted to go out and ride a roller coaster, or I don't know. Just I don't know why I went out there. What part of me was so dumb that it wanted to see an abandoned park? I've seen tons of abandoned places before. What part of me was still so desperate to see this one that I would go out there without telling anyone and just end up you know, gone. That was the only thing I could think about when I was climbing that track. When I was pulling myself up to the top and feeling the wind and looking down and seeing everything look so small beneath me. All I could think about was the fact that I never got to say goodbye to anybody, and there's a chance that they wouldn't know where I was. And I don't know when or how it happened, but as I was climbing, all of a sudden there are these lights along the track, and they just lit up all at once. Maybe the thing had turned on the power. I wasn't sure, but it was like getting flashbanged, and for the briefest of moments, it took me out of it, and I was able to stop and look down. And as I look down, I hear this shunting noise, this chuffing noise, and I see the carts below me. Those ladybugs with smiley faces painted on them. Suddenly, they're moving, and they're moving up the track. And on top of this ladybug, riding it like a cowboy, was the creature. This stupid spider cotton candy creature just sat on a ladybug, its mouth open, and I don't know if it knew. Maybe it did. Maybe it was smart enough to know how to get up to me. So there I am, top of the track, steepest part of the incline, gripping onto the railing with all my strength. And there's this ladybug coaster picking up speed and coming towards me and getting faster and faster. And if that didn't kill me, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that word. If that didn't get me, then the creature on top probably would have. And there's not much I could do at that point. I can't go up any further, it's too steep. I can't go down. I can't jump off, it's too tall. I'm not a hero or anything. I'm not an athlete or anything. I'm just me. So I wait. What else can I do? Just wait and watch the truck get the coaster cart get closer and closer. And then I don't know when I closed my eyes, but I did, and I hear this first loud bang sound. It's just like a sound, and I open my eyes and I see something along the track had probably caught onto the wheel of the coaster and unhooked it, or I don't know, maybe I got lucky, but the entire coaster had derailed partway up the track before it reached me. I just watched this huge giant ladybug metal piece go barreling off the track, and it hits the railings and the railings just break. It just goes right off the side. And this thing isn't small. It's a huge piece of metal, and I can feel the entire structure of the roller coaster just shaking. And I was thinking, what's wrong with me that I wanted to ride something like this death trap? Who wants to ride a coaster? And you think that'd be it, right? You think, oh, Tenny got lucky, and the thing derailed, and the creature must have gone off the side with it, right? But it didn't. It just hopped off the coaster as it was barreling sideways, as the entire line of coasters just barreled and broke off the track. And it was gripping onto the metal rails with its fingers or legs or whatever you want to call it, and it was just looking at me. And by then we were maybe only a few feet apart, like the length of a crosswalk. It was crossing the road towards me. And I don't know how you can tell when something's dangerous, but you can just tell when something's dangerous. Even if it's not holding a weapon, or it doesn't have any claws or anything, or any teeth for that matter. You know when something is stronger than you. You can feel it. You know, and you just know. And it's not a good feeling to know. And it's not a good feeling to have that thing come so close to you. It's not. I'm sorry. It's not a good feeling to. It's not a good feeling to think about how stupid you are, and about all the people who would tell you that you're so stupid, but will also miss you a lot when it happens. I didn't know what to do. And there was nowhere to go. I guess I could have jumped, but there's no way I'd survive a fall that high. I mean, if I look down, I can see the carts, the ladybug carts, and they're just twisted metal, and the whole thing is just collapsing on itself in the dirt below me. If I jumped down, I would have been. So it was coming closer and closer, and then there's another loud bang sound. And whatever this bang was, it was enough to make this thing look back on itself. It didn't really have a face or a head, you know, but whatever it was, you could see when its body, I guess, twitched and turned, and I could tell that it was looking behind it, somewhere down below the track. And part of the wooden structure had broken off by that point because of all of the derailment and stuff. So there was this piece of wood by my feet, long enough that I guess you could call it a bat. And I just let go of the railing on the side and stood there without any support. And I just grabbed it, and I felt the air rushing through, and I felt like I was gonna fall at any second, but I swung that wood. I swung it straight at its head, and it connected. There's just a loud cracking sound. And I don't know if it was the wood or if it was the creature, because the wood did break. It broke in half. I don't know if I swung it that hard or if it was just weak, but I hit it. And it was enough to just make the thing lose balance. And I watched it, and it's quite funny now to think back on it, but in the moment I was still really scared. You just watch this cloud of grimy fluff and long white tendrils go rolling down the incline of a roller coaster track, just tumbling down like going down the stairs. And I swear it tried to grab me. I could see like the flash of white, and then it reached out to me when it turned back, but gravity took it, and it just went down. Just stumbled all the way down. And I finally got to look down for the first time at the stand where we had come up from. It was a long way down. I didn't realize we had actually climbed up that high, you know. And firstly, all the lights were on. Maybe it had pulled a lever or something, but all the lights were on, so the entire coaster was lit up in bright white light. And at the stand, I saw Scythe. She was dressed in nothing but a nightgown. Didn't have her usual armor on. Didn't have her shoulder padding. Didn't have it didn't have a knee pads, didn't have anything. It was just like a night, it's not even a gown, I guess night clothing. It looked like she had just woken up, and her hair wasn't even tied up. But it was Scythe. I knew her anywhere. And she was the most... It was the best thing ever to see her, because I thought that I wouldn't get to see her again, and I thought I wouldn't get to see anyone again. But there she was. And I couldn't relax because... Sorry, getting too much into it, remembering. And the creature had rolled down the tracks, and it was next to her. And it wasn't down, it was still up It was shifting, it was moving, it was getting its bearings back. And I could see the moment where its gaze turned from where I was standing to look over at her. And I think I'm gonna take a small break before I continue the rest of the story. I'm gonna take a small 5-minute break, and I'm sorry if I got a bit too much into it or if it sounded weird or the like. It's the first time I'm telling a story like this, and it makes me a bit nervous. Now I'll continue the story in a little bit. I'm just gonna take a small break, so I hope everyone is also taking a small break. Thank you for listening. I'll be back in a bit. I promise. I'm not going anywhere. Hello. Give me a moment. Okay, we are back. And hello, Mr. PD. I'm so sorry I didn't see you. I'm not sure what time you joined in. Mr. PD is on the other chat, by the way, on platforms you should not be named. And welcome. I'm just recounting a story of the apocalypse. I don't know if it's entertaining, but it's about something that happened in the apocalypse. And I just had to take a moment to rehydrate and get back into it. Still a bit nervous. I'll talk about it more at the end, but yeah, so just to recap for anyone that is listening and still finding this interesting. So found the abandoned amusement park in the apocalypse, in the post-apocalypse. Was stupid enough to go there in the middle of the night without anybody, without telling anybody, without not doing it, as I should have not done it. Nearly died because there was a creature there that wasn't very friendly, and climbed up a roller coaster, regretted ever wanting to ride a roller coaster. and very luckily didn't die because Scythe was there. And if Scythe hadn't been there, and in case you couldn't figure out, I think she's the one that made the noise that distracted the creature and made sure that its attention was off me just long enough that I could get it away from me. And then now we're at the point of the story where she's at the bottom of the roller coaster, and the creature's at the bottom of the roller coaster too. And instead of thinking, oh no, I think I'm going to not make it, I started thinking, oh no, Scythe might not make it. And she's one of the strongest out of all of us. Oh, good night, Spacey. Spacey's going to bed. Thank you so much for listening in. It means a lot, honestly. Please get some good rest, Spacey. Everyone say good night to Spacey. Oh nice, Mr. PD is assembling a 6-foot by 8-foot privacy screen that'll be used for soundproofing. Good luck with that, and I hope this is entertaining to you while you're assembling that. And he says good night to Spacey as well. So yeah. Now, as I was saying, getting back into story mode. This creature's at the bottom of the roller coaster ride, and so is Scythe. And Scythe is tough. She can fight. She can take care of most anything. But she usually has a weapon or something, you know? And it's very different not having a weapon and having one. And this thing is fast. I already know it's fast. I already know that it can climb, and it seems smart. It was smart enough to activate the ride and everything. And I just see her turn and run, because that was probably the smartest thing to do at that point, was to just turn and run. And she wasn't running and leaving me behind. She she knew the creature was after her, because the moment that she turned and took off, I saw it head off after her. Just picked itself up, scrambled off the track, and it was gone past the ticketing stand, and I couldn't see it anymore. And I'm just on top of the coaster, and my legs are shaking, my hands are shaking. I think I would have fallen off if I didn't grab the railing again. Luckily, I caught it in time, and I collapsed there for much longer than I wish I had. It felt too long. Maybe it was only a second, maybe only a minute, but it was too long. I got back up and just scrambled down the incline. And I had to slow down because there were parts of it that were missing from where the cart had come loose and slammed into the wooden railing. I still didn't know if the metal parts were electrified, so I was just spread on the wooden platform and slowly climbing my way down, somewhat half leaning back on the coaster itself because the incline was so sharp. And eventually, far too long, I finally managed to climb all the way down and hop off the platform and start going towards wherever the two of them had gone. And I couldn't see them. I had absolutely no idea where they were. It was just pure darkness past the concession stand. The lights of the coaster were bright, but they weren't bright enough to light up the rest of the circus. I couldn't even hear them. And you think you would hear something. Creature that fast. But maybe Scythe was keeping quiet on purpose or something. Maybe she was hiding from it. I don't know. Maybe I should have stayed put and not gone after her. Maybe I should have waited out until morning and then figured it out from there. You know, I should have trusted Scythe to be okay. Because she's always been okay, but I was really scared that if I didn't find her, something would happen to her. So I just started running again. I was really tired at that point. But I just ran. I still had my flashlight on me, so I just started shining it everywhere like a lunatic, you know? Don't even remember half the things I saw. Everything that wasn't them was just a blur. I'm looking around for pink cotton candy, trying to find out where this thing had gone. And at first I didn't see anything. I ran through the bumper cars, I ran into the circus tents and shone it everywhere, and all I saw were dusty seats and a long abandoned trapeze. My flashlight was starting to die out slowly. The batteries had been going on the whole night. I don't know how long it had been. It didn't feel that long, but it felt... It must have been hours, because... I walk through that circus, that amusement park, and I didn't know whether I should shout her name or not, because maybe it would give her away, maybe it would give me away, maybe something else would hear me and come after me, maybe I would just mess things up again, like I did going there in the first place. So when my flashlight died, I just kept running. Even though I couldn't see anything, I could just see like black shapes in the dark. I just kept running until it found me again. It wasn't in the glass case of a food cart. It was just out in the open now. Just 1 second, it was all black inky shapes, and the next second I see it there in the middle of the fairground. Its coat, the pink flock all matted up. It didn't look like cotton candy anymore in any sense. And what can I say? I froze again, because I thought if that thing's here, where's Scythe? And what's that new color that's on it? What's all the dark bits that are caught up in it? And I thought the worst had happened. And it just came at me. And I thought that was gonna be it again. So, multiple near-death experiences in one night, yay! But I should know to just trust Scythe. Because the next thing I know, she's there. She's there. And it hurts. She's there, and this thing is on the ground. And I'm trying not to get too graphic. Her arms. I wish I could say it was a cut. I wish I could say it was a superficial wound that didn't really mean anything. That it was a sprain or maybe a small bite. But it wasn't that. It's a whole chunk. I thought, when I saw her, I thought it was gone. I thought her whole arm was just gone. It was just a big chunk of it was. And I mean, it's obvious where it went. It's not like there's anywhere else. It's not like there was anyone else that could have taken it. And I don't know how. She won't tell me how. I can guess. There's a whole chunk of her arm was gone. But she was still there when this creature lunged at me. And I thought it would take off the next bit of her arm. But she managed to shove this big metal piece. I think it came from one of the stands. It might have been maybe a prop gun that they used to shoot the targets at the shooting stand. I don't know. She had just shoved it into this creature. So when it lunged at me with its mouth wide open, she had stepped in and thrust forward this metal thing, and the creature just leapt onto it, basically leapt onto it with its mouth open. And if you've ever accidentally bitten off more than you can chew, you know how painful it is when something sharp or something blunt scrapes up your throat, hits your uvula and makes you want to vomit. It must have been what this creature felt, because it stopped and it just started clawing, or what you can call clawing. It started using its fingers sort of like to try and get rid of this big metal piece. And it was twitching on the ground, just rolling around in a pile of red and black and green. And the noise it made, screaming and the sound was bouncing around in the big empty space. You know how loud something has to be in order to fill a big empty space with nothing but that sound? It's loud. I thought my eardrums would burst. And I probably would have just stayed there and not moved if not for Scythe grabbing my hand. And she grabbed it with the arm that hurt, because I could see her wincing when she pulled me away. And I just started running along with her. And when we got back, and it was a while, we just kept running in the dark. And I just held her hand and trusted that she would get us back to where we needed to be. When we got back, away from the creature. Sorry, I forgot to say we had to climb the wall again. We had to run up to the wall, and she had to practically shove me across. And then I don't know how she got up, but she did with just one arm. And we went running back to the base, and everything was bright. Everything was in an uproar because I had left and they had known I left. And I don't know if Scythe raised the alarm or if somebody else had and they noticed it. They wouldn't tell me. I didn't ask. But I sure got a hell of a scolding. As I should have. And they were just really worried. And I was alright. I was scared. And I think I cried a little bit when I got back. And Scythe just... She just got up and let them check her over and bandage up her arm, and then she went back to bed. She didn't say anything to me. Koi did. Koi scolded me, as she should. She was nearly crying herself. She was scolding me through the tears, and I was crying, and I was just letting myself be scolded as well for being dumb. And she hugged me, and then she told me to go to sleep, and I did, because I was really tired. I don't even know if I took off my shoes. I think I might have just kicked them off into a corner and then collapsed back into bed and fallen asleep. Because I don't think I could have bared to think about everything. Not in one night. And the next morning I was just out of it again, you know? Just completely head empty. And Scythe was up her usual. Well, not really her usual, because her arm was heavily bandaged, and everybody agreed that she shouldn't be out scouting anymore. At least not in the short term, not while she was healing. She was really quiet. She usually is. She usually is quite quiet. She doesn't say much unless it needs to be said, which is why everyone always listens when she talks. I didn't know what to say to her. There was stuff I should say. I should have said sorry, or should have said thank you, or should have... There were a lot of things I wanted to say, but I didn't at the time, because I was also... I don't know, I was scared, I was peeling off of it. And then finally one night, she got put on observation duty, which is when you sit on a roof and you just watch the fence and make sure that no murderous nasties get in. It's really boring and you're not supposed to play games on it, but I always like to, whenever I get it, I like to go up there and play games, and usually there's 2 people, so to make sure that one of them doesn't fall asleep. So it's not so bad. Sometimes you get to play games and somebody else keeps watch for a little bit. But it was her and it was me up there on observation duty for the night. I don't know if they put us together on purpose. Maybe it was so she could keep an eye on me. I don't really know. She was really quiet. The night was... It was one of those nights where... Oh, if I can get this right, in this color here. Sorry, the lightning is flashing outside. I'm glad I'm not on observation duty out tonight. But don't worry, they have umbrellas. It wasn't such a bad night though. It was relatively clear. Not this color, but I'll make it better. She was quiet. And she usually is. She didn't say anything when I sat next to her. Just sat there, looking out. I didn't know what to say. So I just sat next to her and watched her. And somewhere in that silence, as we just sat next to each other and looked up at the moon, knew she forgave me. I knew that she would do it again, you know? I knew that if I ever got in trouble, she would give up another arm for me even. She didn't have to say it. I just knew that she would always be there to protect me. And even though it was a stupid, dumb, idiotic thing that I did, she was saying in her own way that she would always come true and she would always protect me. But she still told me not to do such a stupid thing again because, you know, he only had so many arms to give. So, drawing this for her, remembering. Because I probably wouldn't be back here to stream again if not for her, you know? Thank you, Nabe. Thank you so much for dropping by. I hope you have a good time at work as well. I just finished a bit of a story. And that's the story I wanted to tell today. And well, let me drink a bit of something. My throat's a bit sore from speaking so much. I'm sorry I didn't interact with you all as much today. Let me just hydrate. Wow, has it been 3? No, it's been 1 hour. It's been 2 hours, sorry. It's been 2 hours. But yes, where was I? That was the story I wanted to tell today. And actually, don't worry, Scythe is okay. She's healing and I know she'll be back up on her feet. I still feel really dumb for what I did, but I know now she'll always take care of me. And whew, I'm sorry. I'm a bit. This is what I wanted to do when I started streaming, is to come up here and tell stories and draw and yeah, tell stories and draw. I was really nervous about it because I don't know if they're good stories. Oh, hi ONGs. Hello, thank you for chatting for the first time. Is that how I pronounce your name? ONGs. Thank you so much for coming in and just saying hello. I hope you're having a good day. No pressure to chat anymore if you don't want to. This is a chill place. You can come in and chill. Oh, Andres, yes, I got it right. You just missed a bit of a story time of Tales of the Apocalypse is what I'm calling it. Don't worry, I didn't manage to draw as fast, so I will still be finishing up this image. But what I wanted to say, oh my god, thank you so much for following, Oranges. Oh, you're Nabe's friend. Are you also a streamer? You should, if you are, people check out Oranges' channel. Sorry, I like advertising for streamers. So if you are one, go and check them out. But thank you so much for dropping in. Oh, you don't? Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I'm so glad to have you around here. I'm glad that you dropped in. I think you might have just missed the story time. What I wanted to say is the whole reason I started doing this is my main goal, was to come here and tell these sort of stories and draw. And the thing I worried about most was that these stories wouldn't be entertaining or that. I mean, I'm no storyteller. I want to be, but I'm not a professional. But I want to be. So I wanted to come up here and just tell stories. And I don't know if people will like them. I'm drawing something that was based off the story I just told. Give me a moment. I need to charge up something. But yes, I'm drawing something based off one of the stories that I just told. It was one of the tales from the apocalypse, is what I'm calling it. And it was about a time where I nearly died. Or I nearly died. Thank you so much. You don't realize how much that means. And just say you have a really pretty model and cute voice. The model's by Kana _ illustrations. Always advertising for her, always advocating for her. She is amazing. And the voice, thank you. I never know if I have a good voice. How to say, I've always been a bit self-conscious about my voice, and it's one of the reasons I've been a bit nervous about VTubing, because I don't have a voice like Cop's husband, or that's the only one I can think of now. But there are plenty of VTubers out there with amazing voices, and I'm always a bit nervous about my voice. So it means a lot that you say something like that. It really does. Yeah, so I'm just drawing a scene from the story, and my goal is to come here and tell stories. And hopefully people will listen, and hopefully people will like them. And I'm trying to get better at telling stories. And they won't all be my stories. Sometimes they'll be your stories, because eventually I do want to do a D&D stream, which is the best way to tell a story that involves all of you. Let me check on the other chat. Hi Takobi! Oh no, what's safe? Is what safe? Are you alright, Takobi? She's on the other chat. I am. What are you asking is safe? I hope everything's alright. Oh, thank you so much. Takobi has just paid me the nicest of compliments, where they're saying, I feel shy reading this out loud. I'm gonna read out the last line where they say your voice is incredible, which touches me a lot. And I'm really glad to hear that, because I am also a little bit of an audiophile. I don't think I'm very detail oriented. Oh, from the don't watch that. Is it good? They're saying the line "Is it safe?" is a line from the Clerks cartoon from a long while ago. I don't think I caught that one. Sorry, I didn't get the reference. I just got really worried. I thought something was wrong with your safety. But I'm glad you're alright. I'm so sorry that all you might have missed the story from earlier, where I was. You can listen back on it. Give me feedback on whether it's any good. I was just telling a story from the apocalypse. And Angels, thank you so much for the compliment. Yes, I do a lot of art streams. It's probably the only thing I do. I'm one of the rare VTubers that doesn't really do gaming. I know gaming is extremely popular. For me, I try to keep it private still, so I don't really game. So I try to do more art streams, more. I guess this is the first story stream I've ever done. I just sat down and just told the whole story from beginning to end. I don't know if Scorpion is still here. Oh, it came in right after the story, Takobi. I'm so sorry you missed it. I hope you would give it a listen back. This is a lot of me just talking, and for Oanges, I also talk a lot while I do my art, so I hope that's okay. I know some people prefer their artists to be quiet, but I'm a chatterbug. And you do art too. Feel free to share a handle or anything, Oanges. Like, I'm okay with that. Thank you so much, Takobi. I will find a way to combine the chats at some point so that people can see each other and what they're saying. I feel bad that you're both sort of separated now. But yes, Takobi, I implore you, because you are an audiophile and I'm really invested in knowing what you think. Yeah, to listen back on the story. You don't have to, I should preface. I don't want to force you into anything, but if you could, I would love for you to listen back to it and give me feedback, especially since you are more sensitive to things like sound. It's really amazing. I also I'm quite particular about sound and voices, but I don't think I'm very detail orientated on it. I'm just picky. There's just voices that I like and voices that I don't like. Not that there's anything wrong with the people speaking. It's just not my cup of tea sometimes. But yeah, and just feel free to leave a handle. Yeah, I'm fine if you just leaving a handle. I'm giving you permission to self-advertise, because why not share the art? And I'm still trying to get better at drawing and talking at the same time, because once in a while I forget to draw while I talk, or I forget to talk while I draw. So I think it's a matter of learning to multitask. But yeah, I will try to finish this out today on stream. I'm not gonna leave it. You can see how badly I do hands. I don't do hands very well on stream. Now, so I probably will be doing more of these kinds of streams where I just come on and draw, of course. I'll always be drawing. I could never leave behind drawing. But I also want to do these things where I tell stories from the apocalypse, or from things that I've heard or the like. And it's a bit unusual, I will grant that. I think there aren't many story-oriented VTubers around. I know there were a few prior, but they don't seem to be very prevalent anymore, or some of them have sort of left behind VTubing, so to say. So I'm bringing it back. I want to come on here and I want to tell my stories, and I hope you're listening. And oh, Takobi, I hope that your headache is all better now. I hope you still don't have a headache. I hope you're doing alright, because I remember last time you were quite under the weather for, I think, all of the stream, which is terrible. The body is terrible sometimes. Yes, I probably will be putting this onto YouTube again. The live will be there, of course. This is just administrative stuff. The live will be there, of course, but I will also take the story and I'll cut it up. I'll take out all the parts where I'm just umming and eyeing, and put it up there so people can listen to it. Oh, that's good that you're feeling alright. Hope you continue to feel alright for the rest of the day. And I'm just going to finish this up. Another thing I want to do is also, this is sort of like the 1 month mark where I've started VTubing. Not that long streaming because my streaming schedule took quite a while to get on the track. But I'm probably gonna make a video talking about what I've learned in just 1 month as a VTuber and what it's been like. And it's been wonderful because all of you have been here and you are what make it entertaining. You are what makes every time I come streaming on here worth it. And I'll be honest, for today I did have like a bit of a not a breakdown. Not as I would not call it a breakdown because it'd be unfair to call something as small as that a breakdown. But I did kind of worry for a moment seeing Cause I like this, but I'm also a very numbers oriented person. And yes, this is my passion. This is something I would still do even if nobody came and watched. But because I've been taught to sort of always think about the success and worth of it, which is not a good mindset to have. If you're doing something for your passion, don't worry so much about the numbers, but if you do, it's also okay. But yeah, I started to worry like, oh, I'm really having fun with this, I'm really enjoying this. What if it can't be anything? What if it can't sustain itself? Because it scares me to be this happy doing something like this. And I always worry that maybe it won't be quote unquote worth it in the end. Like if I don't get views or something, I should stop doing this and focus my time on something more productive. And again, so many people fun exists. Yes, fun exists in the apocalypse. I promise. We make our own fun. I make the fun. I'm the fun meister. Yeah, it's scary because I've always been I grew up with the mindset that something has to be worth doing in order for you to continue doing it. You can't just do something because you have fun, and that's not right. You should be able to do something that you love just because you have fun. So yes, don't worry about the numbers if any of you are content creators, but also I understand if you do worry about, you know, how well you're doing. And I am here very, very early on. I only just started VTubing last month. I only started live streaming last month. This is the first time I've ever live streamed. This is the first time I've ever really put out content out there. So I should be kinder to myself, I think. And not think that I should, I don't know, be getting more views or something. I don't know what to say about that. But there's a part of me that also thinks, right, that this is so incredibly fun. And it's so incredible to be able to talk to all of you and entertain all of you and just be me here. I didn't expect to be this much of me online. I know it sounds weird. I had a wall up going into this expecting that, okay, I'm going to come in here and I'll do what I like, but at the same time I won't do too much. I won't lose myself too much and be too open to people, because you shouldn't do that on the internet. But I can understand why it's so easy for people to overshare too much or the like. And I don't think I overshare, but I think I find myself enjoying being around all of you a lot. And it scares me sometimes how enjoyable it is to talk to all of you and listen to your day. Not that I make it sound like it's a bad thing. It's not. I love listening to all of you. I love that you're all here, and I like that you all are happy that whatever stuff I do is enough to entertain all of you. And I really wish that this is something I could just do full time, you know? And because of that, I'm not hoping out anything. I'm not gonna quit my job and then become a streamer full time. No. But part of me does wonder if this could become sustainable, and it's not easy. I should say that I know this isn't an easy line of work. I know this isn't an easy thing to do, and there's gonna be a lot of suffering and struggle. But I can't help but imagine about how great it would be if I could sustain myself on this, sustain myself on creating, on telling stories, on drawing and speaking to people. I think that would be amazing. And once more, it is far too early. I've only been here a month. It's far too early to decide on anything or to even say that this is viable in any way. But I can fantasize. I can fantasize about doing this full time. I can fantasize about being able to do this all the time. I took a break from my work for a week this week in order to just focus on doing a bunch of personal stuff. And it was really fun. It makes me not want to go back to work. It makes me want to just do this. It makes me want to get better at doing this, because I still think there's a lot of areas I can improve on, a lot of areas that I can get better at creating content and talking to people. Thank you, Mr. PD. Mr. PD says, as long as you're being genuine, this journey that is content creating, it'll be worth it no matter what comes your way. That's true, I think, maybe from an emotional standpoint. Not to go against your words, I'm not, but I have to be practical as well. I have to worry about it's always money, isn't it? It's about being able to sustain yourself on it. I wish it wasn't. I wish money wasn't a factor. I wish that you could sustain yourself doing whatever you liked, but that probably would create some new problems in of itself. Sorry, I'm hydrating. I need to say less. But yeah, I wish I could do this full time. I wish I had the courage, not courage, the stupidity, yeah, to do this full time. Not saying that anyone who does pursue this full time is dumb. I'm saying I'm dumb because because yeah, it would be dumb for me to just decide to do this full time after only a month. Maybe after a year, after I burnt out, and I'll think differently about it. But it just feels right. It just feels effortless in some ways. Even though it's tough in certain other ways, even though it's tiring, even though, yeah, you have to keep up the grind. I'm saying the same thing over and over again, you know? That this is just fun. And I want to do this full time if I could. And that scares me so much more than anything out there. Is that I want to do this so much. Once you've saved the future and prevented the apocalypse, you may consider going full time. I don't know, the apocalypse is quite fun. Okay, devastating for... I should clarify, I'm in the post-apocalypse. The apocalypse has already happened here. So I am... There's a law video coming soon. There's a video I'm planning soon of my superhero origin, so you would say. That's gonna be posted up on YouTube. Once I get around to editing it, the editing it is gonna take the longest as well. But yeah, Post-apocalypse is yeah. You never want to be in the apocalypse. You want to be in the post-apocalypse. That's when all the shit's already gone down, so you can just do whatever you want. Unless it's a Fallout universe, in which case you have to worry about radiation poisoning. Not good. Not good to get radiation poisoning. So a part of me is working on growing, and I'm just gonna see what happens. But if I mean, that's the dream of everybody, right? I'm not special in wanting that. But if somehow, some way, I become entertaining enough that people like me enough that I can, I don't know, do this full time. If it happens, it happens. And I'm gonna just roll with it. But I do hope. It's really early to hope for that sort of thing, but yeah, one day, maybe someday, I'll realize I should just do this full time. And other stuff too. I mean, there's other stuff in my life that is quite fun that I want to do. But the thing that has always been holding me back has always been, finances. Takobi asks, are zombie comboys a thing in the post-apocalypse? Correction, cowboys. Now you would think that it's very vague what caused this apocalypse, isn't it? I've been keeping a bit quiet about what caused the end of the world, so to speak. So when it comes to zombies, we don't have zombies, but we do have something similar. No copyright infringement. They're not called walkers either, I should say. We are not infringing on the copyright of that show either. Mr. PD says, I understand that so much. I work a full-time 12-hour job. I love to do this full-time as well, but I'll say this, thank you so much. You're doing amazing. Took me 3 years to achieve 80. I suppose you mean subs. And I think shorts are the way to go, you know? Like, it sounds a bit like a sellout to take advantage, but shorts are really good at Mr. PD. I think if you just start going into that, I don't know, I'm still relatively new, maybe it's terrible advice, but yeah, short form content, shorts. I think a lot of people discover me through shorts. I'll be honest though, I'm not convinced yet that 50% of the people aren't bots. Like, it feels insane to look at my other platform that is not Twitch and see 70 people subbed, because I still don't believe it's real. I mean, obviously you're real, Mr. PD, Takobi, you're there. I don't believe it's real. I think somewhere somebody has made a mistake. And then also to look over at Twitch and see 26, because one of them is me. 26 amazing people following me. And also to come onto stream and talk to 5 or 3 real people. That is still, I think it's so easy, right, to get caught in the numbers game and think like, oh, I'm not at 100 views, or I'm not at 100 people, or so on and so forth. But you forget that there are real people out there, that there are real living people who have made the decision to come and watch you, or come and interact with you. And you will remember that every time you do something like a live stream and interact with people. And they say that live streams are not the best way to grow an audience. And that's probably true, because it's really hard to get views on a live stream, I think, unless you're already big and you've already made it. But it reminds you that the people who are around for you are real. Like, I wouldn't be able to talk with you all like this on a video or a short. I wouldn't realize how real you are, how like I'm stuttering. I'm losing myself. Oh, Yido. Hello, Yido. I can't tell if it's a real bot. They say they're a bot. But oh no, Takobi's saying it's amusing that you assume I'm real. Oh no, it's true, they're all bots. It's the robot uprising. It's the second apocalypse. The first one wasn't caused by robots, that much I can say. Okay, Yido says he's not. Takobi hasn't. Takobi still may be a figment of my imagination. That makes so much sense, right? When you had a headache yesterday, it's my own brain against me. You are the headache in my heart. But yes, thank you for discovering me, though. Oh, hello, K-Bind. K-Bind's in Twitch chat. No, sorry, I'm switching between the chats. K-Bind's in Twitch chat. K-Bind is also a bot. Oh no, this is just me losing my mind, isn't it? I came on here. There's actually no, but I'm not even live right now. This is just just me talking to an empty monitor. I'm not even coloring. I'm not even drawing. It's not real. You think I would have better art if this wasn't real? I would be drawing Mona Lisa. But jokes aside, the fact that you're all real, living, breathing people, and for some reason you come here and you like my voice, or you like what I talk about, or you even like my art, which I disagree with sometimes. It's the best. It's the best feeling ever. And I want to keep humble, you know. I don't want to get an ego over this. But I feel so happy. So Mr. PD is a robot astronaut that travels the universe for stories and advances. Oh, Yudo, thank you so much for. Is it Yudo, by the way? That's how I've been pronouncing it, or is it Wido? Thank you so much for following on Twitch. We're getting closer to affiliate, which I want so that I can do custom emotes. I don't know if I can do custom emotes on the other platform. If I can, I will find a way, because I want everyone to have a custom emotes. I think there is. I think maybe there's a way I can do it. When I do it on Twitch, I'll do it on the other platform as well, so that everybody can have custom emotes. Oh, adventures. I thought you meant like advances. I thought you were looking for some kind of advance in a check or something. Thank you so much, Takobi. That's really kind of you. Takobi says, please never quit drawing. I will never quit drawing, just to ensure that you're not sad. I have taken hiatuses in the past because I didn't believe in my own art, which is something I try to get across to people, that you are never gonna believe in your own art unless you are that confident. And it's okay, it's understandable, because when you do your own art, you're gonna see flaws, and that's fine as long as you keep trying. It's the message of this channel, of this entire existence here, is keep trying, keep going for what you like. You know, never give up. And I'm stubborn, so I'm gonna try my best to never give this up. I can't guarantee it will be never. Who knows? Maybe the world ends tomorrow. But I'm gonna try my best to not give this up and to keep improving for all of you. And yeah, again, I'm slowly but surely, hopefully, trying to work towards the dream of this one day being sustainable enough that I can just do it full time. Because is a little bit of a vent about the work I do. My work is, I don't hate my job, I should say this, but it's not what I want to do in the long run. And I feel like they could have hired somebody better for the work. I'm kind of confused as to why they thought I was the best person for this line of work, but I'm not complaining because it puts food on the table. Don't worry, I'm gonna make sure that nobody from my work ever knows that this stream exists. Famous last words. Just stop bad mouthing everyone. No, they're all. My workplace is fortunately full of very nice people. Takobi says it's funny that people actually thought the rapture is gonna happen on September 23rd. I didn't learn about this on this. Yes, I also didn't learn about this until several days after. I won't judge people for their belief. I just say it's quite odd that a lot of people kind of assume that they would go be raptured and other people wouldn't be raptured. It's a little bit arrogant to just automatically assume that you're gonna be raptured. I think I don't want to get too deep into it because I don't want to make people angry. I'm not going against anyone's beliefs. You all have to believe in what gets you through the day. There is a new date though, from what I've seen. Some people have said that it's not 23rd, it's October 6th. So they've pushed it back to then. I personally don't believe in the rapture, but if it does happen, I think you should just continue living your life as is. You don't need to do anything different. If you're gonna be raptured, you'll be raptured. You don't need to worry about anything. I didn't even know what the rapture is until now. Yido says it was it's quite interesting if you study it. Well, you watch a YouTube video about it. That's my knowledge. Apparently it's not even really a thing in the oldest version of the Bible, and it's kind of gotten shifted and changed throughout the years. It's quite interesting. You could look into it and see what it's like. Takobi identifies as a Decepticon, which we accept. I will call you by Decepticon from now on if you like. Yeah, there are a lot of beliefs around the world. I think it's fine. Believe in what you want to believe in as long as you're not hurting anybody. And that you're not hurting yourself, of course. Hang on, let me get a bit of color on the page, else I'm talking too much and not coloring enough. But yeah, believe in what you want to believe in. Don't hurt anyone, don't hurt yourself, emotionally or physically. As long as those are fulfilled, then go ahead and, you know, believe whatever you want to believe. And who knows, maybe we're all wrong and the rapture is coming on October. And if it happens, it happens. Takobi says, I once had a truck with a Decepticon insignia on his back. It was meant to be, Takobi. You were always meant to be a Decepticon. Yeah, I think they're the bad ones, right? They're the ones that yes. I didn't really watch the Transformers cartoons a lot. I watched the movies, which yeah, after a while it kind of all blurred together, but the first ones were still really good. It was just mindless action. I heard the animated one that came out, like the Origin, was actually not bad. Maybe the Decepticons were the cause of the apocalypse. In which case you should watch out for your timeline. Everyone keep an eye on Takobi. They might end up leading this world into the apocalypse. who grew up on the original 1984 cartoon. Yeah, I should watch older cartoons. I should see. I did follow like My Little Pony and stuff when it came. It was like the premiere viewing time whenever I was online. Don't worry, I'm not a brony. I did catch it though. Old cartoons. I grew up in a stranger part of the world before the apocalypse. My camera. Pre-apocalypse. So I had a lot of other language cartoons on. I won't say what they are because they might give away where I originally was from before the apocalypse. I don't want to dox myself. I'm quite protective over where I used to be. But there are a lot of good cartoons nowadays. Oh, Nurgle, why is it so familiar? Let me just glance and see what that is. So familiar. I did watch what's that show? Are Scary Monsters? That was a pretty good one. I watched trying to remember now, there were quite a few shows back in that time period that I watched, but I don't remember most of them. A lot of them were for yes, Warhammer. I'm not into Warhammer, but I know a few people who are into Warhammer. I also know a few people who are into Magic, and that's a whole another box of cards. Literally, it's a box of cards. I'm just switching between both chats to make sure everyone is being seen. I worry that like there's people in some chats or here chats that are not being seen properly. I want to give everyone my full attention. I have a lot of friends who currently play Magic and they are obsessed with it. But as long as you can afford to be obsessed with it, then have fun. It looks quite fun, like they get really into it. I've played it once or twice. If it wasn't so expensive to get into, I would play it more. But as is, it's quite a worthy investment. I don't trust myself to be the kind of person not to get too super invested in it. And also, I don't like trading card games because hello Takobi, hello over here. I don't like trading card games because I am a completionist. I feel an urge to just have every single card, which is not good for trading card games because that can become quite an expensive habit very, very fast. Mr. PD says he used to play MTG with his family, or their family. That's nice. It's sweet when family members are into the things that you are into. It's wonderful to have people that are into the things you're into. I had to go out of my way to find people that would like the things that I like. Which is it's alright. I found a lot of nice people, including who I'm drawing here, which is Scythe. I'm gonna try to art quickly so that we aren't here forever. I need to get into coloring while I talk. Okay, give me a little bit. Let me just focus on getting these colors in, and then we can do the shadows, which will be quite simple. I won't go too much into it. Takobi says, "We are here forever. You may never leave." If I could talk forever, and if I could not work, not have to put food on the table, I would be here forever with you as well. With bathroom breaks included, of course. I do want to try and collab with people more. It's a bit difficult because most streamers are gamers, so it's a bit hard to do non-gaming stuff with them. There are things like chatting, but it's a difficult medium to find people who I think also just want to chat with you. But at the same time, I know I haven't put myself out there enough, and I really need to do that. I need to actually go and talk with people, and yeah, just talk with people. It'd be so easy if an extrovert would just adopt me. But as is now, I think extroverts are in short supply. Oh, I see why my model keeps freaking out. It's because the camera is charging, so it's on a cable, so it's a bit closer than it normally would be. Takobi, I would also love to ask, is the audio a bit better today? Because I did change the setup a little bit so that it cuts out more of the background noise, and it's hopefully it's a little bit clearer. Hopefully it's not as garbled. I think it was pitching a bit last time, but hopefully it's all good now. Hopefully it's not gotten worse, because if it's gotten worse, then I don't know. I don't know what to do at that point. Just let it deteriorate further, like I am every day, slowly withering away. Okay, great. The audio is fantastic and crisp according to Takobi, which is good. I want it to be crisp. Sometimes I listen back to it after stream when I'm looking at the recording, which you should always do. It's a good piece of advice. You should always look back at the recording once stream is over, and to figure out how terrible the stream was. But yes, it's all good. It's all good. I think last stream I wasn't too happy with it. I think it was pitching a bit in some places, but that was also due to the position of the mic and all that. If you are having a mic, please go and figure out where it actually records from, which part of the mic you should be speaking into. Not all mics are built the same. Oops. Just a bit of quick and dirty coloring. Instead of a mic, you just spoke into a Charles. I can't find the Charles, they're too expensive. Mics are mics are cheap. Well, not all mics. If the dream is to one day get an Alfred. If I get an Alfred, I know I've made it. I can speak into an Alfred and it will speak for me. And I'll be Batman. I said this before, I do want to do a D&D stream one day. I hope all of you will be part of it. It's not soon currently, there's still a few things I need to set up. But one day I will do a D&D stream. And it'll just be me telling stories. But your stories. I wanna see Chat as a character. Thank you, Ido and Mr. PD. Yeah, sometimes I wish I could be, you know, like the people you see on stream that are just so extremely open, and you know, a part of you thinks that yeah, that's really cringe, that's really weird, but also, you know, you admire them for being able to be so out there, because you do enjoy the streams that they put out. They are very entertaining. And sometimes I wish that I could be that entertaining, or I could make lewd jokes freely. There's a part of me that does want to be able to do that, and I hope that as I get better, I will be able to put myself more out there and be a bit more jokey with everyone and the like. I don't think I'll ever be able to cross the line, but I wanna put myself more out there. I think it's good to learn from people who are extroverted, but also have a chill place where people who are introverted can just have fun. Takobi wants to be a pickle-loving kobold who turns out to be the true big bad evil guy. I love that idea. Encourage everything in D&D. I love that idea. I would if we do have a D&D stream, when we do have a D&D stream, it will happen. I will invite you on to be the bad guy. Oops, dropped my pens. And just mess up everything as a evil. Who knows? Maybe we'll convert you into good. Maybe your love of pickles will bring you back to the side of the light. Oops. Mr. PD says the stories are traumatizing and usually at my detriment. Aww. Don't worry, we'll come out with a nice story. We'll come out with a good story, I should say. I can't promise it'll be nice. The dice will decide that. What I'll probably do is have everyone collectively be a character. I'll name them Chat. And the actions of Chat will be determined by all of you and your dice rolls, and see how it all plays out. It will be a tough stream to do because yeah, we're all gonna be playing one character most likely, maybe a few characters if there are not too many people. But I will figure out a way to do it because I really want to do a stream like that. I don't see it as I do see people doing those sorts of streams, but I don't see it that commonly, and I think it'd be really fun. One of the inspirations is you know, Duck Duck is quite a good inspiration for this sort of thing. Even though he's not a D&D streamer, he still has really fun chats. Yido asks, can I be character B, the one that's just sightseeing? Yes, you can be character B, the one that's just sightseeing. Every so often we'll check in on you and make sure that you are enjoying the sights. And if you're not, you can sue the you can sue the tourist company for not providing you with good enough sights. Me a moment, let me just get this part done. Oh, Gooeybox, I'm gonna say the full name. Gooeybox XD123, thank you so much for following. I don't know if you're lurking, but if you are, thank you so much for following. And I hope this has been entertaining to you if you've been here for a while. But we are nearly towards our second goal. This is Twitch's goal. I just set up the Twitch goal thing, and it just told me to go towards 30 followers. I was like, alright, yep, that's a good milestone. But yeah, we're almost to the goal. And I have Gooeybox. Gooeybox is in Twitch chat. I hope you're having a good day. Is that correct? Oh, Gooey Boy. I'm so sorry. It's Gooey Boy. I'm so sorry. I misread your name. The accent. I'm not dyslexic, but sometimes I feel like I am. Gooey Boy XD. I'm so sorry. Gooey Boy XD123. Thank you so much for following and helping us reach out. No, please don't be hurt. I'm so sorry that I mispronounced. It's okay. You can take back your follow if you like. I won't be mad if you take back the follow. Thank you so much for following though. Thank you so much for getting us closer to the goal of 30 followers. Although I feel like one of them doesn't count because one of them is me in a different place that I used to just monitor this account from afar. So I think Twitch doesn't count it if you have the same IP address. So I always have to -1 from followers. Yes, I'm really sorry, Gooey Boy. I'm so sorry. Oh, thank you. You came from Gooey Boy. There's some people on the other chat on a platform that I can't name because Twitch might not be happy with that. There's some people in the different chat, so I'm reading this out for their benefit. Gooey Boy says that I'm new. I actually came from your TikTok and was surprised to see you live. Thank you so much for coming from TikTok. I do have a TikTok for those out there. I do post on it as often as I do YouTube. And it's just more of the same, really. Thank you so much for coming and seeing me live. I can't promise I'll be as entertaining as I am on TikTok. I'm gonna try my best. I'm not off to a good start, am I? You come in here, I've mispronounced your name. And I've just started rambling off on nothing. This is not... Can we start again, Gooey Boy? Can you unfollow? Follow again and I'll talk to you. I'll get your name right. Those in the other chat, Yido asked, will we roll or will you roll for? I'm gonna find a way to make it so you can roll. I'm gonna try and set that up, but if worst case I will roll, but it will be in your spirit. Let's redo, alright. Gooey Boy's gonna redo. Does it pop up a second time if you unfollow and refollow? I hope it does. If it doesn't, you just tell me that you follow again and we'll pretend. Watch me mess it up a second time. If I do, Gooey Boy is never gonna. It's not gonna. They're gonna feel so betrayed. They're never gonna come back here. They're gonna be gone forever. But yeah, if it doesn't pop up, just let me know, and I'll pretend that it did pop up. Oh my god, Gooey Boy XD123 just followed. Thank you so much, Gooey Boy. It's amazing too. How did you come here? How did you find me? Oh, this is... If anybody else wants a redo, by the way, if anyone else wants to pretend they're new, and I'll reintroduce you to the chat. Oh my god, Gooey Boy came from TikTok. Thank you. I can't promise I'll be as entertaining as I am on TikTok, but I'll try my best. I mostly do, for the newcomers and for those who have been watching for a while, I mostly do drawing streams and story streams. And today I actually told a story from the apocalypse for the first time. I think most of you were, unfortunately the timing was off. You came in here after I was done with the story, which is fine. I just encourage you to look back, watch the story, give me feedback, tell me if it sucks, all that good stuff. Out of curiosity, Gooey Boy, it's alright, I'll post it on YouTube. I will post the story time on YouTube with the filler parts cut out, because my main goal is to do this. Okay, the chat in the other channels are already RPing. There's a town on fire. You see the town burning. What would you like to do? There's a well nearby and... We will get into D&D at some point. I really want to. There's stuff I have to figure out on how to do it, but I rest assured we will get into the D&D at some point. Just like we eventually got into the story times. But it's really fun to see you all already starting to RP. Yes, there is D&D. There will be D&D, Gooey Boy. At some point, I do want to do a D&D stream with chat, and I'll figure out a way to have all of you be able to roll. I think the best way to do it is to take turns controlling a character, so that everyone gets their turn in the spotlight. But you all can also discuss in chat on how you would like to take actions, because D&D is a collaborative game. I always emphasize D&D is a collaborative game. You all will work together to tell a story, so we will try not to be antagonistic towards each other, but you can be very antagonistic towards everybody else in the game. Out of curiosity, Miss Gooey Boy, which TikTok did you come from? Like which specific TikTok of mine did you see and decide like, hey, this streamer is worth checking out? Mr. PD says he wants to let the town burn and he'll make s'mores for everyone. That is deviously evil, and I love it, and I can't wait until... No guarantees there will be a burning town in D&D. Oh no! Mr. Gooey Boy came from the ice cream TikTok. I thought, okay, I don't think there's anyone here who was part of the ice cream TikTok, but for those who didn't, and I guess s'mores is a good way to segue into that. The last time I streamed, which was 2 days ago, and Scorpion was part of the stream. I think Scorpion might not be here anymore, but Scorpion was the one responsible for everybody getting ice cream before they went to bed. And yeah, is it strange if I re-advertise my own TikTok? Or I'm just gonna post up the video, because there's a whole video on it. I'm caught in my wires. I'm gonna post up the video here on both channels. Self-advertising. That's how narcissistic I am. This is the video where the ice cream cult started, and what it is that Scorpion influenced every single person all four of them, to go and get ice cream at 2 a.m. right before bed. While I kept telling everyone to please don't get ice cream before bed. It's not good for your stomachs. There's a high chance. I think I don't know if it's true, but I feel like you would get a tummy ache if you ate ice cream at 2 a.m. before you went to sleep. And now there's the ice cream cult in game, the 2 a.m. ice cream cult in my stream, which makes me really want to do a redeem with ice cream eventually. But that was Scorpion is really funny. I'm gonna advertise for them. They have they're a streamer too. They do gaming content, and they're so funny in chat that I bet they're really funny in their streams as well. So don't be afraid to check out Scorpion the Demon King. He's really funny. Yeah, I love advertising for other streamers. You think I'm joking, but I'm not. Every time there's another streamer that comes in chat, I just want to advertise for them because they are such funny people. Yeah, and I mean, even here in the other chat, Mr. PD also does some content, so also go check them out. Anybody else who want to shout out? Yeah, with chat really makes videos amazing. That what makes videos funny. I mean, if I didn't have chat, I wouldn't have a cult. I wouldn't have people going for ice cream at 2 a.m. Please don't do it that often. I really don't think it's good for bedtime. I've got more videos along the way. This will probably just be cut up into a story video, I think. Sort of technique for doing fences. It's just to do like a dark line and then do a light line on it. Makes it quite believable as a fence. The other chat box, Mr. Gooey Boy, is in a platform with a red logo. I'm quite afraid to say it, because even though Twitch does allow multi-streaming, I think they're really strict on you saying the names of other platforms. You're not supposed to encourage anybody to go to different places, and it is, I think it's bannable. So it's just a different platform with a red logo. That's all I'm gonna say. But I am multi-streaming on there, so there's a chat going on both sides. I will find a way to combine it at some point. I know there's ways to do that. I haven't gotten around to it, but slowly but surely we improve the stream with every stream. Yes, the darn red logo app. Mr. Peter, you told me to get more sleep even though I'm normally awake up at 3 a.m. Yes, you should. You get more sleep. You deserve more sleep. Everyone needs more sleep. We don't get enough of it nowadays. I want everyone to get a restful night so that your health is in check. I know some people do not need that much sleep. You can just survive off like 6 hours or so, but most people, let's not take the risk, okay? Unless you really know that you are a 6-hour sleeper. Gooey Boy hates and loves sleep. Yeah, it's a mixed bag, isn't it? Oh, let me color this a bit more before I get too distracted. I'm gonna do very simple shadows for it. I'm not gonna go too much into detail here. I think that there is always a desire for artists to to always do the best, you always can do like the most defined shading. Oops, forgot to do her neck. But sometimes it's okay just to, like for a scene that's so wide, it's okay to just do like really far shots. Really easy shading instead of going too far into it. Nah. Okay. Thank you, Gooey Boy, for complimenting the drawing. I'm still trying to get better at it. I don't think I'm the best artist out here, but I'm gonna try. Yido is asking, does everyone here stream? Oh, Gooey Boy, you can definitely draw like that. Don't be afraid to start. If you are interested in becoming an artist, don't be afraid to just pick up a pencil and start drawing right now. Because a lot of people keep saying that this is a point. Because of the rise, whoops, I've nearly knocked over every single thing. Because of the rise of things like AI, a lot of people say that they need AI because they can't draw. That's not true. Drawing isn't something that is gatekept. Drawing is something that everyone can learn to do for fun or as a talent that they're trying to grow. So if you are interested in learning how to draw, just start. Everybody starts somewhere. You think I was drawing like this when I first started? No way. I was nowhere close. And I still don't feel like I'm close to where I want to be. So I'm still learning. And you can start learning right now. Because talent exists, but it's only a head start. You can always overtake it if you take your time to study and learn and just enjoy it. Yeah, I do that for everybody who wants to go into something creative. Just do it. What's stopping you? You can do it for cheap. Just pick up a pencil, start coloring, start drawing. Who knows? You might find that you really, really like it. And if you do, that's amazing. You found something else that you like. That's my blur brush. It's really far down. Yeah, sorry, give me a moment. I'm just gonna try and speed run the shadows a bit. Try to make them accurate, no promises. If you want to learn drawing, by the way, learning how shadows work is a very good way to get your drawings feeling full of depth as fast as possible. I don't really even know how shadows work fully, but basically they can tell you when an object is curved and when it's straight and so on and so forth. Oh, Gooey Boy. Okay, Gooey Boy says, this is his words, I definitely cannot draw good. I've tried, but I was just bad at it. You are going to be bad at it when you start. You might be bad at it for maybe a whole few months. And in all honesty, even when you're good at it, you're still gonna think that you're bad at it. Because you are not an egomaniac. That's how the brain works. The brain's always gonna see the drawing or see something you create and look at all the flaws because you were the one creating it. So the important thing is to keep trying. If you draw and you found that you enjoy it, then keep going. Or if you have a drive to do better, then keep going. What I can say is there are a ton of tutorials out there that can help you. Don't be afraid to learn from others. This is the best way going forward. For example, when I started, I followed Mark Crilly. I think he still has some tutorials online. They're very easy to follow, very straightforward. They are a bit hand-holdy, I would say, which is good for very, very early beginners. So if you're interested in Gooey Boy, just look him up online. It's Mark Crilly, really easy to spell, really great tutorials. It'll get you started on the right track. Oh my god, Mr. Yido has subbed to Mr. PD. That's amazing. Yes, let's start a sub train. Everyone just starts subbing to one another. Hi Yido, welcome to Twitch chat. Yeah, Yido says it's cool when you draw something and then you look at it and think that I really drew that. Yeah, you will get that feeling from time to time. There are times where you will look at your drawing and be amazed by what you did, especially at the end. Never in the middle, because when you're drawing in the middle, you sort of you have to trust the process, you know, and it's really hard to get there. One trick I've also heard of is that when you're done with a drawing, turn it upside down, leave it for a day, and then when you come back to flip it over and look at it again, because your brain will, when you first draw, you will start seeing all the flaws in the drawing because you created it and you like know which spots you didn't like do properly or up to perfection. But if you flip it upside down, it sort of tricks your brain into thinking it's something else, and when you flip it back around, it should in theory look like somebody else's work to you, and you can look back at it and think like, oh my god, it looks better than I thought. But another thing for those who are new to art or those who are getting into creative arts, when you first finish a drawing, there are a few phases that you tend to go through. The first one is like, oh my god, this is great. Then very quickly after, oh my god, this sucks. And you might think that's the end of it, but come back to it like a month or a week later, and when you look at it, you'll think, oh my god, I can't believe I did this. Because by then there's enough time that has passed where you can look at the artwork as if you're looking at somebody else's work, and you'll realize all the good things about it. Because we're not egomaniacs here, so when we do stuff, we'll always feel like it's not that great. But just take some time away from it and come back to it at a later date, and you realize that it's actually not as bad as you think, and you might actually be proud of it. Yeah, you always see all the flaws. Yido is quite right. So yeah, I hope you do start drawing Gooey Boy if you enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, it's okay to stop. Don't force yourself to do a hobby. But I would love to see you get into it, and I am thinking of making a Discord soon. I'm not sure of it, but a Discord soon where people can not only know when I'm going to stream, because I post my schedule everywhere, all over the place, but also a place where you can just share your artworks and share your crafts and share your creativity. It will be 18 plus because I cannot manage minors. I don't want to take the risk of managing minors. I trust everyone will be alright, but who knows, people, there's always going to be someone out there who wants to be creepy. Not anybody here, but someone out there. But yeah, it will be 18 plus most likely. I hope you're all above 18. I haven't decided on it yet, I'm not set on it yet, but if it does happen, it will be happening soon. Another thing about art, sorry, there's so much to talk about art. If your style is messy and you're fine with it, just embrace having a messy art style. My art style, I think, is quite messy also, in all honesty. It's not a clean art style, which I eventually learned to love. There are some people with really, really clean art styles out there, which, you know, more power to them. They're really good at doing this sort of art. But I tend to go for a much messier look. I want to add some grunge to the side of the building, so I'm just gonna find an appropriate brush. Yeah, I think it's appropriate. Just gonna add some spotting. Texture is a great way to make artwork look better as well. Tricks the eye into thinking it's more detailed than it is. Gooey boy. Yeah, I would not let you join for your own safety. You can still come to streams. Yeah, just for your own safety, because it's important to look out for. I can't guarantee your safety is what I'm saying, which is why I would not let you join. But thank you so much for coming to stream. You can still come to the streams. I try to keep them as family friendly as possible. I will still curse here and there. I'll let you know if I make a lewd joke. I might do that sometimes. But yeah, I think it's important because you know, so many content creators, they're not good at taking care of the younger folk, which is bad. We need to protect the youth. I mean, feel free to hop on once you're like past the legal age. Feels weird to say. I don't trust the whole emotional maturity thing. I think yes, that can happen, but it's just too difficult to keep track of. Yido asked, do you use a drawing pad? I tried one, even bought one, but I find it better to draw using a mouse. I do use I do have a drawing pad. It's one of the ones where the screen is it's like a second monitor, so I can see what I'm drawing. I'm not drawing on a blank pad. But there are people who are more comfortable using a mouse, which is quite amazing to me, frankly. I don't know how people draw using a mouse, but you can be comfortable using a mouse. There are a lot of artists out there who use a mouse to draw, and there are a lot of artists who use drawing pads. So find out what works for you. It might still be good to have a drawing pad sometimes to practice other things or use certain softwares, but I think it's not necessary. I think you can just rely fully on a mouse. Mr. PD says to Gooey Boy, it's okay to be bad at something. The most accomplished of us stand on the mountain of mistakes and lessons learned. Just keep trying and you'll be better than the last attempted. Which is very, very wise words from Mr. PD. Yeah, so everyone's encouraging you, Gooey Boy. I use Fire Alpaca to draw. It's free. It doesn't have the most tools, but it's free. If you're going for phone, I recommend IBIS Paint. It's really good for phone. And I don't recommend getting expensive drawing softwares to start, because you never know like whether they'll fit you or what. And I mean, best not to spend money on them first. If you want to start traditional art, go for something free like Fire Alpaca or IBIS Paint on mobile. If you want to do traditional, just start with pen and paper. You don't need to buy the expensive stuff. But I will admit, when you get good, you get better at this, you start wanting to experiment with more things. When you buy the expensive stuff, it does feel better. There is a difference in quality of the expensive stuff, but only get it once you are more practiced and ready to actually use the expensive stuff. Yeah, Krita is also really good. I can't remember if it's free. I think it is. Look into that. Fire Alpaca is certainly a bit limited in some sense, but it's easy for beginners, which is why I've sort of stuck to it. I didn't feel a need to change. I didn't need like the more advanced stuff, so it's alright. Find what works for you. Give me a moment, let me finish up these darker shadows. Gonna be a bit messy, but it's fine. Let's see what chat is. I'm so glad that you all are sharing art tips with one another. It's really sweet. Mr. PD is experimenting with CapCut's photo editor. It's great. Gonna finish this up soon and just greenish night. Vtuber. Sorry, I'm going off the camera. Oh, Yido's saying how they want to learn to edit videos and stuff and making shots for their own channel. Yeah, you can start with CapCut on mobile like Mr. PD mentioned. DaVinci Resolve is also really good for editing. It's a bit more advanced, I'd say, but there's a free version and it's what I use to edit my videos. It's really nice that all of you are sharing like the stuff that you used to edit or stuff you used to do, because I know most of you are content creators, and it's just nice. It's just nice that you're sharing your knowledge. You know, share the knowledge. Share everything. Give me a little bit. Let me just concentrate on getting these little things out. So you do for DaVinci Resolve, yes, you record on OBS first, and then you can edit it in DaVinci. Honestly, just start. Really, if you wanna do edit, just start. And if you might like DaVinci Resolve, you might realize you don't like it, you wanna move on to something new. That's completely fine. As long as you just start with something, you know. Gooey boy, if you're gonna draw again, Mark Crilly, really good tutorials. Just look up Mark Crilly tutorials on YouTube. If you're interested in that style, or if you wanna do stuff like animals, just search out like animal drawing tutorial. There is a ton of information online. So much online. You just need to start googling and start YouTubing and follow along. Yeah, just start. Just don't worry about it. Just do whatever you want. Chibi is the easiest. Again, Mark Crilly has all the chibi arts. Oops. I will try to finish up a bit soonish because I'm nearing the end of this. I don't wanna. How long? We've been going for nearly 3.5 hours. Wow. Mark Crilly. Let me type that in chat for you, Gooey boy. He's where I started. I don't think he has run into any controversy, so that's good. And he has really simple drawing tutorials that you can follow. Yeah, draw Pokemon. They're always a good way to start. This chat is so wonderful. There's so many people like giving out good advice and being kind to one another. You know, it's sweet. It's nice to see. This is the kind of chat I want to foster anyway, and I'm glad it's happening here. Ooh, actually I like that. I like that the night. The night here is quite greenish. It's not bad actually. Oops. Yeah, make sure you tag me, Gooeybox. I love to see your art. Oh, thank you, Ido. It's just very simple effects. I think I ended up really loving the green overlay. It kind of is normal. I like how weird it makes everything. A little bit blurry, which is it's fine with me. Tone down the moon just a little bit. I'm not worried about making this drawing too realistic, so I'm going quite simple on it. Yeah, Gooeybox, please tag me when you put your art up on whichever platform, maybe be it Instagram or Twitter or yeah, any platform. You can find my socials on YouTube or on TikTok, all that. I love to see it. I love to see your art journey. It's the beginning of a new artist, a new budding artist. And of course, Ido and Mr. PD, I hope you get the editing software that you want. Thank you. I don't have an art tag. I probably should. I think it'll be just like 10 arts or something. Nothing too complex. I think I'm mostly done with this one. I don't want to do too much to it. Really. Oops. Let me just restore a bit of the shine. Yeah, I don't want to do too much to it. I could make it really dark. It's a bit too muddy. Yeah, I think this is fine for me. Just a quick art, and I'll slowly get better at it. Yeah, I just adjust the blur a bit so it's a little bit better. And then the last thing to always do when you are doing art is to sign it. is my signature, because people like to steal works nowadays. So make sure you do sign your art. Whenever, even if you're just beginning, sign your art. We went on for 3.5 hours, which was really great. Didn't expect to go on this long, and I hope that those who join late would be willing to give the story behind this art a little bit of a listen to. If you don't mind, go back and just give it a listen to. I will probably get off now and I will go relax, and then I'll start editing more videos for all of you. The next stream will be on Friday, and I'm going to be doing a bunch of chibis, and I'm gonna post up on my Twitter asking for people to just post up there. If you have a Vtuber artwork, I will try and post up there. I'll see if I can do a chibi on it. See you on Friday, Mr. Gooey Boy. Gooey Boy, I almost said box again. Gooey Boy, Ido, Mr. PD. Who else is still in chat? I don't know if Takobi is around, but if you are, I hope you have a wonderful start to your morning. K-Bine, hello, thank you for lurking. Thank you so much, Gooey Boy. I really appreciate the effort to try and be a regular. I try to keep it consistent. I will do my best. It probably will start at later timings in future, because I will start having to go to work, so I can only come back and stream at certain times. But I'll try my best not to make it too late. This was a wonderful stream as always, and I can never express how much you all mean to me, just coming out here and listening to me yap. You're wonderful. I won't go on any further. Get some rest. Get your 2 a.m. ice creams. Alright. Bye bye everyone. Have a good day.